Hey, it's Larissa and Steve from Utalk Radio, and we are here at the Saints and Strangers gold carpet.
Gold
That's
carpet
different.
instead of a red, because it's National Geographic, of course.
Oh, I get it.
Yes.
It's the blue and the white and the yellow. I get it.
Okay.
So the film is about the Pilgrims.
Yes, Saints and Strangers. We're going to find out tonight who are the Saints and who are the Strangers.
And I believe it's about Thanksgiving, so I suspect there might be some Native Americans involved in this film as well.
Possibly. Pilgrims. Maybe we'll see some pictures of boats, lots of water, and maybe a real feast, like the original feast.
Well, with Utalk, we always like to find out how people are making a difference or what things are impacting them. And so we're going to be talking to a lot of different celebrities here on the carpet tonight about maybe what they're thankful for and maybe some other fun questions.
Yeah, things like who in your life are you specifically thankful for, and why is this film important to our audience?
That's right. So hope you guys enjoy Saints and Strangers premiere with Lexi Noel. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, I know you are what they call a social influencer. Like, how do you like to influence people?
I love just spreading like a lot of positivity throughout the world, just because I feel like there's so much hate on the internet, so much hate on like Vine and Twitter and YouTube, and I'm really all about supporting each other, supporting other artists, supporting other YouTubers. So I'm all about the positivity.
That's great, because that's what we're about at Utalk. We're all about positivity, making a difference in the world. Okay, so this film is about, the first Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So I'm kind of curious, what things are you thankful for in your life?
I'm thankful for all my fans. I call them my Lexinators or my little nuggets, for sure. I'm definitely thankful for my family. They're amazing. They're like my best friends. They support me all the time. I'm thankful for what I get to do, how I get to be here with you right now. We're freezing, but we're here.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, I'm just thankful for everything in my life and my dogs. I'm like obsessed with animals. Sorry.
Dogs, they're a very good thing. They're definitely a blessing. So this film, again, is about Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving, and not just being thankful in general. Why do you think it's important for our generation to watch this film and remember what happened on Thanksgiving?
Well, for me, it's all about, when you're younger, it's all about learning things and getting your education right and everything. I think it's amazing to rewatch this because, we all heard the stories about, the Pilgrims, the Indians, this and that, but I think seeing it for like a second and third time can really open up different ways to look at it. Like, you might not have noticed this detail or that detail, so I think it's really important just to get educated on it.
I think that's a really great point, because sometimes, you read your history books, you might think, oh, it's kind of boring, but then, sometimes like a movie makes it a lot more interesting, doesn't it?
It does. I love watching movies in class. I love it.
Well, the first Pilgrims that came to the country, think back way back when, they probably didn't have a whole lot of things. They didn't have cell phones, they didn't have internet, right?
No iPods, no YouTube.
So what are some of the things you think we take for granted in this country?
I definitely think technology is number one. I think accessibility to certain items, certain clothing, certain food. I just think like those things in general we kind of don't think about, and like cars and like getting from one place to another. You just think like, oh, I'm just gonna hop in the car, like hop on the bus. But really it's like, oh my gosh, like they had to walk, they had to take horses. It's insane to me. Ships too.
Ships. It took a really long time to get here.
It really did. I was there. I know about it.
Well, Lexi, thank you so much for stopping by. Now, if people want to find out more about you, what are your websites and social media handles?
My YouTube is Lexi Noel TMQ, because I'm known as a teen makeup queen. Yes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Lexi Noel TVQ, and I have a new website coming out really soon, and like lots of new makeup products and everything, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, next time my other co-host, Katie, who's not here, we should get some makeup tips from you.
Yes, I'll do your eyelashes.
Woohoo! All right, thanks, Lexi, for stopping by Utalk.
From Utalk Radio, I am here with Jesse Bruchac. We're looking at the film tonight, Saints and Strangers. Jesse, what is it that you had to do with this film?
I was brought in to first translate the script into the Eastern Algonquin language that was used, a language very similar to that would have been spoken by the Native American peoples that were met by the Pilgrims. I then was also given the task of being a dialect and dialogue coach for all of the actors who would be speaking the language, and that of course included most of the native cast members, and even some of the pilgrims learned some of the native language and had some lines. So it was quite a task.
Well, I was going to. You took the words right out of my mouth. Quite a task.
Yeah.
Okay, when you think of this film, why is this film important to the next generation?
You know, I was brought in, I'm a language instructor. I've been teaching the language for 20 years. Of course, the future of the survival of indigenous languages lies in our youth. We're always trying to get them inspired in their cultural, their history, and the background. And indigenous languages are something that can enrich all of us, whether we're native or not. They are a legacy of our nation. They enrich us. There are place names all over America, like the state Massachusetts itself, which means at the big mountain. Many people don't realize that we're speaking native language all the time. We say things like Mosey, it means move along in Abenaki, the dialect that was spoken of Eastern Algonquin in this film. When we say things like we're saying yes. In the Eastern Algonquin language. So
that's awesome.
We can learn a lot about our own roots as Americans in general with the recognition that there are all these indigenous languages and that many of them, hundreds of them, are still spoken today.
Okay, keeping with the theme of Thanksgiving, that's what this film is really all about. What is it, anything in particular that strikes you right off the top of your head of things we take for granted in this country?
Yeah, I think just having the sustenance that we need to survive, which the Pilgrims really did not have. They didn't have enough food. They didn't have enough good drink. They didn't have enough just to get from one day to the next, and many people died because of that, and we see that in this film. And it was the native people who knew how to work the land. Aki kahadit. They knew how to produce corn, squash, beans, which all became gifts that enriched the world because they were first cultivated by indigenous peoples of the Americas and given, of course, by Desquantum or Squanto, as we'll see, as a gift and that first Thanksgiving.
Sounds like there's a lot we can learn from this film.
Absolutely.
One more quick question for you. Who in your life are you most thankful for?
I'm going to have to say I'm most thankful for my father. And again, looking at the next generation, he really put us on a path where he was very involved in our culture and helped me to find a way into it. And working with the language as I do is all because of him. So I would say because of my father.
Being thankful for your father is always a good place to go.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jesse. We appreciate you being on the show.
And Dakagui, you're welcome.